Thank you all for being here today. This has been a lot, but we are so thankful to have the community around us to celebrate the life of our sister. I want to start off by just directly talking to both my parents, coming from all of us, that there's not a day that goes by that we don't know how proud and how much you guys love us, and that includes Tristyn. Our parents tell us every single day, and I'm not kidding, we get the most ginormous hug from our dad, and the I'm proud of you, and the I love yous, and she knew it. Hi. Just like I'm proud of you. So, my family and I would like to say thank you for all being here today. The love and support from the communities have been overwhelming. And it's absolutely incredible. And we will never be able to have enough thank yous for you all. As for our superstar, 1 in a trillion queen, no good deed goes unseen, especially for Tristyn. She made sure all of her good deeds were well seen and well heard. For example, taking the dog out to a walk to the backyard. Doing a dish, just one. Or her favorite, changing a wet diaper, because we all know that child would not touch a dirty one. Tristyn always made her presence well known. That's why she shines so bright and cheer, and rounded up some of the best of friends a girl could hope for, some of which were closer to our parents' age than her own. Tristyn had a laugh that was absolutely contagious, and the most beautiful smile I've ever seen. She knew how to light up a room, usually with her fresh new TikTok moves or her rap-influenced lyrics that were probably inappropriate. When I found out I was pregnant, I remember feeling scared to share the news with my family, but never was I fearful of being a mom. I have Tristyn to thank for that. My mom, having our Singaporean sibling when I was 16 years old, guided me into motherhood seamlessly. I was there for Tristyn's birth, as well as the birth of the placenta that my dad did not prepare me for. I was there to help her crawl, watch her take her first steps, hear this awful high-pitched squeal that was so unnecessary. But again, even at 2, she didn't go unseen. Sing a handwritten song that went something along the lines of "Stormy, come home tonight" on her pink ukulele. Braid her unicorn hair and always surprise her with a new outfit when I would go out shopping for myself. My absolute favorite, though, was when I would ask out loud to anybody, "Do you want to?" And before I had even finished my sentence, the girl already had her shoes on, walking out the door, asking if we could stop at Starbucks on the way. She could care less where she was going as long as she had her double chocolate chip frappuccino, or her newest favorite, which was shocking to me, was an iced caramel coffee that came out black and she drank it. Shocked. Tristyn was my little Minnie. She was our family's baby, our idol, the one we deep down wish we could be like. Our similarities created some of the strongest memories and tightest bonds, but also some of the most catastrophic fights. I mean, we're talking about the 2 of us going at it with each other over the exact same thing, and usually it was a terrible attitude towards one another. But that was just it. We were so similar, we got over things the same way. We could always just start over, like our mom. The love was always evident and trumped all. Tristyn was one of the most confident, well-rounded, beautiful, smart, and kind-hearted humans I know. She could care less what the world thought of her. She loved herself some Tristyn. Life will be difficult in this new world we have been shoved into. Aqua Blue will always speak to us just as much as Gucci belts and Starbucks will remind us. But even through all the hard that is to come, we are seeing the light. Just alone, the outcry has been more helpful in this grieving process. My family and I together have vowed to never let Tristyn's name be lost, especially to her little niece, who was robbed of having enough time with her aunt. The Bailey Seven, as it will be said multiple times tonight, will forever continue, and each of us siblings will always be one of 5 brother and sisters. A few days ago, as I was frantically shopping for one of the hardest colors out there, shocker, Tristyn and her uniqueness, a jewelry stand caught my eye because I saw our color. As I began to read about this company's concept, I realized this was a business who makes jewelry to inspire people and their achievements. Go figure, turquoise represents the healing of mind and body. As I grabbed the turquoise bracelet that originally caught my eye, I read, let me just say also, I am not into this stuff. Like, this is weird for me, but this happened to me. Okay. As I grabbed the turquoise bracelet that originally caught my eye, I read the saying that was on it, and it read, "Always my sister, forever my friend." Weird. So obviously I bought it and walked away crying my eyes out. My goal for my sister's memory is for it to remain untarnished, to remember all the good that she put out into the world. Kids will be kids and rumors will spread, but it is our job to stand here and fight against those rumors and remember what a wonderful, beautiful, smart, charismatic, confident girl that she was. And my advice is counteract any negativity with a positive, uplifting story about our girl, because she always would defend the underdog, regardless if she was friends with them or not. Tristyn, I love you more than words can express. And as for our favorite movie that we watch on the daily, I feel, I can't wait for the day when I get to see you again. Till then, we will be down here cheering you on while you're above freaking out over the millions of admirers you have gained. My girl, you have gone viral. And we cannot wait to do big things in honor of your name. You deserve it, and so much more. Forever and always, Tree.
Siblings are the people that teach us about life. They teach us what it means to be kind and caring, to be fair, and to know we will not always be right. They teach us about teamwork, conflict resolution, and most importantly, they teach us what it is to love and be loved. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis. I'm Tristyn's second oldest sister. If Tristyn was asked to describe me, she would tell you I'm the hoarder of animals or I'm the breeder of the naked cats. She would then go on to tell you every single animal I have ever owned, all of her favorites, and the ones she doesn't like too much. She would also tell you about her kitten named Pino. See, last summer when COVID hit, Tristyn came to stay with me and help nurse baby Pino back to health after he injured his eye. Little did she know when she agreed to this, she would be entering into what we've affectionately named Bailey Boot Camp. See, we have the most amazing parents in the world, and growing up, we had our mom home full-time with us, and all of the housework, all of the laundry, my mom took care of so that we could just focus on school and being the best kids that we could be. Well, it was great. When the 3 oldest of us moved out, we realized we were a little behind the curve in doing housework, laundry, and our day-to-day lives. So once Tristyn was officially in the house, I sat her down and I said, "Listen, Tree, I'm not your mom. You're gonna help maintain this house with me." Again, there's a lot of animals there. So we set to work on learning how to do laundry, dishes, vacuum, mop, scoop litter boxes, and train my new Great Dane puppy, Snitch. Spoiler alert, Tristyn never figured out how to vacuum. Yet every day as I would walk through the door, Tristyn would greet me and tell me exactly what she accomplished that day and what she needed help figuring out. Afterwards, we would cook dinner together, sit down to watch Grey's Anatomy, and awe over me. Then she would go to bed with me every night and would insist on coodling me. Not cuddling, coodling, you have to get the terminology right with Tristyn. When I tell you, I would wake up every single day with Tristyn sprawled out on top of me and her retainer in my hair a few too many times to remember. After a few weeks, my mom was calling me, begging for Tristyn to return home. I may have instead offered to return my brother, who flunked out of Bailey boot camp. And unfortunately, my mom turned down that offer several times. She just wanted her daughter back. But as summer finally drew to a close and Tristyn did go home, I would get phone calls from my mom, and she would tell me how Tristyn would insist on doing laundry all by herself, cleaning her own room, and tidying up after herself. She was amazed, but she did make the point I needed to tell Tristyn she couldn't just do her own 3 shirts, and she needed to throw in other people's laundry as well. That summer, I will always hold close to my heart. The stories, laughs, and lessons learned, the fight over me stealing all of her clothes and shoes, teaching me that every pair of jeans has to have at least 1 pair of holes in them. During that summer, I got to watch Tristyn grow and realize just how much she is capable of for herself. Tristyn's desire to be the best that she could be and her annoyingly precise laundry sorting. Our own special memories were made just for the 2 of us. So today I leave you with this. When someone you love becomes a memory, the memories become treasures. Let Tristyn become your treasure.
Okay. I try to figure out the right words and write a speech for this. However, as time kept moving on, I realized that there were no right words to say. I just want to explain how important my sister was and how much I love her. While Tristyn may have been my little sister, in many ways she was more grown up than me, as in she had a much better sense of style, and I will probably never possess as much style as she has. She also had a lot more confidence than I had, and many times I would force her to order my food at restaurants because there's no way I could do that. And there's even times where I would convince her to do the craziest of stuff, and it would mortify my mother. Tristyn and I had the ability to drive our parents up the wall with our never-ending bickering. One of these times is when my father would be away on business trips, and we would fight over who got to sleep in the middle next to my mom. I never really cared. I just liked annoying her. She did, however, end up winning 95% of the time. And that's really all I have. I'm real bad at speeches. But I just want to leave off by saying that Tristyn may not always be by my side, but she'll always be in my heart.
So normally I would introduce myself as Tegan Bailey, but right now I think I'm better known as Tristyn's brother. Which, for those of you who don't know, she loves attention, and she would be holding that over my head for the rest of her life. You see, in high school, I, got pretty involved, made sure that when I left for college, I left some shoes for Sophia and Tristyn to fill. And I gotta say, right now, Tristyn's probably looking at me thinking, yeah, you're my brother. Because, Sophia, there were a couple times where I know she got the, oh, you're Tegan's sister. I think Tristyn got a handful of times, but not as often. But right now, I am Tristyn's brother, and that is something that I am proud of. While Tristyn was the baby of the Bailey 7, I thought that she didn't have any younger siblings. She only had older siblings. But something I've learned over the past several days is that is horribly incorrect. Going to multiple of the events that the cheer community has put on, listening to the retellings of the tea tellings, Tristyn had an incredible amount of younger sisters in the cheer community. There was one particular story where apparently Tristyn hopped into one of her cheer mom's cars and was talking, yeah, there's this girl, I'm kind of so-so, don't get along that well, but she was being picked on at school, so Tristyn went over and told the other person off. And if that's not the definition of a sister, I'm telling you you're wrong. I have 4 of them. That is the definition of a sister. Anyone who has spent time around my family, you have likely heard somebody say that I'm going to be the greatest husband ever because I was raised with 4 sisters, an amazing mother. I now have a niece who is very energetic. And the truth is, I don't know if that's true. What I do know is I've been the most blessed brother because my sister is correct. I flunked out of Bailey boot camp. I am a work in progress. And my sisters have done an incredible amount of work on me. They have taught me many lessons, and I want to share with you some of the lessons that Tristyn has taught me. The world can be made much brighter with just your smile. To always be proud of yourself and never hide yourself. That no matter who is watching, go and be silly, go and enjoy life. Everything can be made with just a little bit of glitter or bedazzling, and sometimes both. That is not only possible, but probable that 13-year-old does have better dance moves than you. And most importantly, to have determination and drive to reach your goals. I'm not fluent in cheer terms, but I understand a significant milestone is something called a back tuck. The amount of times I would hear her talking about this and the amount of practices she went to master this, that girl worked for her goals. The Saturday before Mother's Day, I have an activity tracker. I have a certain amount of calories I try to burn each day. I went to dinner with my family, and when we got back, I had not reached my goal. So I went out on a walk, and I was joined by my sister Sophia. When we got back, Tristyn asked me, hey, did you reach your goal? And I was like, yeah, I closed my rings. She said, cool, bro. The last thing I got to talk about with my sister was that I reached my goals. That takes determination and drive, things that I learned from her. As my sister Brittany said, I know one day I will see her again, and my new goal is to tell her that I've reached all of my goals between now and then, and that is something I learned from her.